You're listening to the UK Christian Hip Hop Podcast on Kingdom Culture.
Just on a side note, do you find that a lot of the gospel drill artists are heavily kind of spiritual warfare focused? They'll normally love to talk about demons. And
I would say that. Do you think it's because that music is heavily because of the type of music it is?
I believe
that's what it is?
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of warfare in that music. Do you think that's what it is?
I agree. Especially the fact that where it's coming from is I think South Chicago. I'm not sure where it originated from, but it took place of hip hop because hip hop became kind of like candy floss, if you know what I mean. Or it's all about, I've got this now, and it didn't represent the struggle of. And now it's come over and it's kind of like manipulated him to grime in different areas like that. I think people have now gravitated towards that too, because grime is kind of like become a bit more mainstream and again doesn't really represent the underground. I had this conversation with the wife today when we was listening to we wasn't listening to it, we was actually doing something somewhere and had the radio on, and there's a lot of drill music on there, and it was like I make a challenge to especially some Christian drill artists to make a completely positive sounding drill track. Not no like ops and corn and crud and all of that stuff. I'm talking about make it completely positive sounding. Like, is it possible to do that on drill music? I wonder if the ability is there to make that happen. I don't know. It's a question and a bit of a challenge, I would say.
But do you think it's just the language that it's the language, isn't it?
But does the sound of it make you want to go? Because it's very monotone, isn't it? It doesn't go up. It doesn't. It's over dun 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 dun. Like, can you really bring? I'm not saying you can't. I'm not trying to allude to that. But it's very. I've never heard anyone, no matter Christian side, secular side, whatever, come with like uplifting, positive. Come on, you can make it happen, or whatever it is. I haven't seen that, and I would like to see.
I can almost guarantee it's going to happen. The reason being is because music is so cyclical. It always starts hard. Always starts hard. Yeah, and then someone's going to start singing. Someone's going to add some chords to it. Always happens.
But then isn't that when it sort of starts to get watered down, when people start to say, oh, that's when it's becoming...
Here's the thing. It's going to get to a point, right? It's going to get to a point where everyone's going to be like, there's got to be a new Stormzy of drill, so to speak. All right. There's going to be someone who's going to set the ground, and then that person can't keep doing the same thing that he's been doing that got him pop. Yeah. Look at Lecrae. He can't keep doing the same thing. He has to be at the forefront of creativity. Has to. If he's going to survive and return all the investment that he's putting into his promotion. So it always happens. Somebody's going to do something.
But I'm not talking about like progressing the chord structure into something a bit more happy. I'm talking about in its very entirety of itself.
It's going to happen because that's also part and parcel.
No. But I'm not talking about like adding anything to it. I'm talking about in its current state of.
You mean like so? You want them to speak more English in it?
No, I just
is how you want them to speak more plain English.
I want them to be like in how the form is now, like music. Try and be positive in that. Like, how do you act? I guess they are being positive. To be honest, I've listened to a lot of their stuff, and they are being positive in it. But I'm talking about
you don't want them to say chefing.
Yeah, or not really. No, I don't mind the language. I love the ends, but I'm talking about like I'm chasing demons down. That kind of like, do all the demon warfare kind of stuff. Like, what about the...
But here's the thing. It's going to happen, all right? It's going to happen because, like, so you're going to have... Like, Melville, for one...
He's changed.
He's already sewing in more lyrical content that takes you through journeys. You know what I mean? And then there's got to be a front runner. No one's going to want to hear... Do you remember when we used to hear, like... You remember when Garage went kind of, like more MCs? MCs would get...
Yeah.
And then suddenly we started to hear, like, more actual lyrics. And that's going to happen, man. It's going to happen because people get bored. They'll be like, man, this is not holding me. Someone's going to set the trend.
But, bro, the drill music is already, like, lyrical. They've got a lot of lyrics in there. But, like, the lyrics they're choosing, that's what I'm trying... Like, they're choosing that... So if you're secular, it's ups, it's guns, it's boom, it's boom, it's trapping. Then with the Christian man, they're doing the whole demon spiritual warfare thing. So I'm like, where's the other element of.
Here's the thing, like,
But then can you imagine? Okay, imagine them talking about if they're talking about how would the thing is, you see how the way they come across with it, then it would change the whole sound of it. It could be drill, but then
nah,
it would.
I'm telling you now, right? The real artists are writing.
Right now, yeah.
Some people are just they're just rapping, all right?
Yeah.
They're just fiddling, right? The artist will surface, because this is the thing. Get a new sound, then people will go, "Rah, I could do this on that, and this on that, and this on that." You know what I mean? Remember when it was just jungle music, all they did was just chopped up dubs. That's all they wanted. And they
That's
were
true.
like,
Dub is true. It's true.
let me add some more synths on this. Let me go harder on it. And some people went, no, let me add more drums to it. And they started coming up with these crazy hat patterns.
Yeah, because it started off on the ragga, in it.
No, it's true. I hear that, but I still feel like, because the tone is so, again, if obviously the tone changes, I can believe like melody would then evoke more emotion. But in its current state, it just seems like it's very, like, even when trap came out, like there was some even.
But that's changing as well. Even trap music is becoming more. You know,
right. I'm not saying it's not changing or it won't ever change. I'm just looking at just like currently. I'm like, I'm not saying that. I really like what Greens for God do. I like, how they approach it. I know that the harshness of what they're doing represents the environment out there, especially spiritual warfare, fasting and speaking in tongues, all that kind of stuff that they talk about. But I'm like, what about the other side of life? Like, could you do a drill trap like one of the man them? So say, for instance, I said like looms or arts or whatnot, or and Mark Jones does it actually quite well. But could you do like music, in that drill term, but talk about relationship with your wife and how much you love her?
I'm not saying
you can't. No, but I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying
you like to hear it. Yeah.
Like,
all I'm saying is, this is the thing. It's like, because it's becoming popular, right? Right now, you set listen. You, like, at the end of the day, everybody can't say the same thing, do the same thing, right? That's why I was using those UK garage MCs. They were ending up saying the same thing. Then it takes somebody to step outside that, and that's why honestly, when Grime kicked out, it matured. It matured before your very eyes. I really think Drill's could do the same thing.
Yeah, if you know from Grime, listen to it from back in the days.
Like Nas's music, you're not really remembering Nas's music, but you remember Nas as a rapper, as an artist. There were many rappers before Nas. So while Nas is getting influenced by the sound, he was right into it. And I think that right now, someone's listening to it going, yeah, man, it's too much of that. And then they got some other ideas and, twists, and they're going to use it. It's just a platform. It's just a different beat structure, different time signature. And
now you said it, Calvin. Now you said it, Charles.
I'm telling you, right now, someone is listening to today's sound going, man, I want to add this to it. I'm going to talk about.
I believe that's the natural progression of music, and I definitely agree with you with that. Like, there will be a change, and it will grow and develop.
What I'm saying, I'm trying to be careful not to say. I'm not talking about change itself. I'm talking about its natural progression. So the first few rappers or the first few artists in the sound influences the next few. You see what I mean? And then they want to deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah, I do.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I get that. I think I'm just centering on that.
But you're right, though.
It is like in its current form.
Cliche.
Can it grow into, like, in terms of in its current form? Like, can we not just go, yo, fam? Like it's like some of the mans are married. Like, can you convey that on a beat? Yeah, on that kind of same beat, but in a different way. Does the tone and the atmosphere of drill music allow you to express like that without having to change the chord pattern or get a singer one?
Well, yeah, okay. So that's a totally different thing, because right now it's fit for purpose. So only people on the streets are listening to it. Now it's becoming popular. There's more bigger ears to listen to. Because right now, let's face it, what's the biggest excuse that everybody has regarding that? Oh yeah, it's the way to reach. I
was listening to it on Capital Extra, which is like the biggest, like, I would say, like, urban station in the country now, because they swallowed up Kiss and Tretch. So, I mean, like, they're on there. I mean, again, he was on there, and I must say, my guy had to switch to rap. So he was doing drill, then he switched to rap. But the minute he switched to rap, that's when he was kind of like, yo, boom, 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 boom. Went back to drill, he kind of like had to fall into that pattern of like, boom, 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 boom. And like, I'm talking about this, fam. and not like went into the rap thing. He was like, yo, but you see me roll up in the Benz. Kind of like the flow kind of like brought out something else in the eyes. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep.
But I think you're right though, because at the end of the day, like I just think they just need more time. Like it's still like everyone's rushing into it. Like, oh, it's a new thing, and then literally as soon as they've got the beat, they already passed it to someone to rap on it. By the end of the week, someone's already done their bars on it, and it's out. You know what I mean? Because there's such a demand for it. But right now, like those who are really creative are writing, and they're coming up with concepts and albums right now. Like that's how influence is influencing right now. I genuinely believe it might even be this year. Yeah, it might even be this year.
So maybe that's why they're the one to watch. Maybe they'll change that.
Yeah, it's true.
You're listening to the UK Christian Hip Hop Podcast on Kingdom Culture.